Well, hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Andrew Eborn Show with me, Andrew Eborn. And what I love about this is we can find talent from all around the world. And as you know, I'm a member of the Magic Circle and pop along on a Monday night to meet the various other members from around the world. And I came across the other week a brilliant young magician who was voted Young Magician of the Year fairly recently. He's now a member of the Magic Circle, and he showed me something which is pretty fantastic. And I promised him that I'd bring him on the show so he can show some of you. So I'm delighted to welcome Joseph Westbury. How are you, Joseph?
Hey, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah.
Fantastic. So tell me, I mean, you were a young magician for a number of years. What got you started?
It was my grandpa. So when I was young, he used to show me all kinds of tricks because he also used to be a magician. And then I kind of just picked it up from there, improved a lot over lockdown. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, having a grandpa, somebody in that, what did he do? Ron? Just pulling coins from behind your ear. What did your grandpa do?
Yeah, it was that type of thing. He had a Dippy the Duck, which would find my cards, breakaway wand, all of that type of thing.
No, but it's been, and it's always good when you get the sort of family members. So you were voted Magician of the Year or Young Magician of the Year. You mentioned, or Member of the Year. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I was a part of the Young Magicians Club until I turned 18. And every year they have a one-day convention called J-Day, and they always choose somebody to be Member of the Year. And that's someone who's been, showing up, performing a lot, helping out other members. And I won that this year.
Oh, fantastic! And well, what I love about the Young Magicians Club, it's open to everybody from is it from the age of 10 until 18?
Yeah.
So it's the youth initiative for the Magic Circle. And how long were you a member of that?
It was around 4 years. I joined during lockdown.
Yeah, and I think during lockdown, a lot of people, you got a lot of extra practice in during that time.
Yeah.
And do you have, they always ask you this, are there particular performers that you like watching yourself?
Yes, there's quite a few. So people like Charlie Caper, who appeared on, I think it was Sweden's Got Talent a while ago. People like Craig Petty, a lot of the people who go on Britain's Got Talent, in particular the young magicians, I really like watching.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of those as well. I think that's the really encouraging thing. And it's about getting out there and doing that sort of side. Apart from that, what are you up to in your the rest of your life?
So at the moment, it's just revision for exams, and then after that, back to the magic, back to the Rubik's cubes, all of that type of thing.
Right. So you're studying for A levels at the moment, are you?
Yeah, that's right.
Which ones are you doing?
I'm doing maths, further maths, physics, and computer science.
Oh, brilliant. And what do you hope to do once you've finished your A levels?
Hoping to go to uni to study physics.
Okay. Have you got a place already lined up?
Yeah, it'll either be Warwick or Lancaster.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, great places. And then obviously you'll continue your magic whilst you're at university.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
Fantastic. Well, really good. Well, there we go. I'm going to hand it over to you. Get yourself into place, and I will introduce you as appropriate. Well, it's an absolute delight here on the Andrew Eborn Show, a world exclusive, a former member of the year for the Young Magicians Club of the Magic Circle. Please welcome Joseph Westbury.
Thank you. So to start off with, I'd like to do a quick intuition test, which Andrew, you can follow along with, and also everybody who's watching this can also follow along with, okay? And it's just to test how strong your imaginations are. So what I want you all to do, take your left hand out in front of you and just imagine that you're holding on to a lemon. You can feel the weight of the lemon in your hands. You can smell the lemon. I'm hoping everyone watching this is following along, doing everything I'm doing. Amazing. And then imagine that in your other hand, you're holding on to a knife, okay? And you're going to just start to cut into the lemon just like this. You can feel as some of the juice kind of starts to drip down your arm a little bit. You can even taste the lemon now. Now, be honest, Andrew, when you were following along with that, did it kind of feel like you were able to taste the lemon just then?
With a little bit of extra imagination, you can absolutely try a little bit. Yes.
I mean, yeah, and I'm hoping some of the people at home will have also felt that. But to be honest, that wasn't really what I was testing. For the real test, did you think that I was holding on to a knife just now?
Look at that. How brilliant.
And I mean, I also told you I was holding on to a lemon. This is actually just a scrunched up bit of paper, no lemon inside at all. So that was a little intuition test to get us started. Now that we're nice and warmed up, onto my one of my favorite things ever, which is Rubik's cubes. Now, as Andrew knows, I love to solve Rubik's cubes. So to start off with, I'll give the cube a little bit of a mix up, and we're just going to start with a quick solve. So when you're solving, you start with the cross, then you build it up kind of layer by layer. I'm going to aim to solve it in around 15 to 20 seconds. So
15 to 20 seconds.
yeah,
Good heavens. Okay.
3, 2, 1, here we go. So there's my crosses finished. And now we start work on the next two layers like that. So we're like halfway there. And that's the first two layers complete. And so on to the last phase, which happens something like this. And then last little bit like that. And that should be a solved cube,
Ah,
which I believe was
fantastic.
around
What's
50.
your record, Joseph?
My record is 9.15 seconds. Which and the world record was actually beaten really recently by an 8-year-old, which is now 3.05 seconds. So got a little bit,
3.05 seconds.
yeah, I've got a little bit left in there.
Amazing.
But
Fantastic.
since I've been doing this for so long, I've started to learn how to solve parts of it without looking. I'll show you what I mean. I'll give the cube another little bit of a mix up like this, and the cube's going to go behind my back. You can see that it's still mixed up behind
Yep,
there.
it's all mixed up.
Could you name a color on the cube for me?
I think there was green, wasn't there?
Green, yes. Okay, I'm going to try and solve to the green side, one-handed and behind my back. 18 years with no girlfriend. This is all I've got to show for it. Nearly there. Hopefully, if I've done this right, there should be one color solved. Did it work?
Not yet.
What was the color you said?
It was green.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said green. Now, you might be wondering what would have happened if you'd said a different color. So I'll show you. I'm going to give the cube another little mix up like this. So it's once again going to be mixed on all six sides. Could you name another color for me?
Yellow.
Yellow. If we chop the cube up, you can see the yellow solves, but so does the rest of the cube as well. Now, I want to try something else. I'm going to try it this time and solve the whole thing without looking. And to do that, we're going to use a paper bag. So if you were here, I would obviously hand this to you to have you mix it up. Since you're not here, what I'm going to ask you to do is just start to kind of call out different colors, and I'll start to turn those sides on the cube. When you're happy it's mixed enough, you can just shout stop. So just start to name all the different colors.
Okay, we'll start with red.
Red, so we'll turn the red
Blue. Yep.
face. Blue,
Green.
green,
Yellow.
yellow,
White.
white.
I think there's an orange.
Yeah, there's an orange.
Okay, green again. You want
Green,
keep colours going? Blue,
blue,
yellow,
yellow, and whenever you're happy,
white.
you can just stop.
There you
White.
go. That'll be good. There we are. Oh, we've
Oh,
only got
good.
one
Okay.
more because they're a couple there. That's
Wow.
brilliant.
Okay.
Okay.
So the idea is we're going to take the cube. We're going to place the cube into the bag like this. All I have to do is snap my fingers, and when I do, the cube comes out. Oh, now I bet you guys at home have absolutely no idea how I do this because I've now got a completely empty bag. Okay, fine. I'll be honest with you. There's another cube in the bag, but that's not the real trick I wanted to show you. For the real trick, I'm going to start mixing up this cube. Whenever you want, can you just say the word stop?
Okay, stop.
Just that?
Yep.
There are 43 quintillion different combinations on a Rubik's Cube. And you could have named any colors that you wanted in any order. You could have said stop whenever you wanted. And yet you actually stopped me on the position these cubes match on all 6 sides.
That is brilliant.
But it's not just that, you see. It's not just these two cubes that match, because the observant few among you will have noticed that on this table over here, behind the plates, cups, and bowls, there's another cube which has been here since the very beginning, which also matches the position that you stopped me
Wow.
on, like that. But we're still not quite finished yet with this, because we've currently got 3 mixed up cubes, which I don't really like. So I'm going to take, we'll take one of the cubes, and it's going to go into the bag like this. Oh, so I forgot to show you this time that the bag is empty. That's my bad. Obviously, there's no trick if it's not an empty bag. You can see this time.
Yep, that's completely empty. Yep.
Perfect. We're going to take one of the cubes. It goes into the bag like this. What? That is 3 completely solved Rubik's cubes.
That is fantastic.
So, up next, this is the reason that people think that I'm amazing at parties, because I can do tricks with alcohol, bottles of wine. Okay, we'll do it without anything in the wine, in the bottles at the moment, but I'll show you what I mean. This is a trick using a glass and a bottle. And the idea of the trick is very simple: to make the glass go from this side of the table over to this side make the bottle go from this side over to this side, but to do it without touching them, which is what these two tubes are for. So tube number one covers up the glass. Tube number two contains an extra bottle I brought with me just in case the other one breaks. You can never have too many bottles, I always say. It doesn't matter, we'll move on. Tube number two covers up the bottle, just a snap. And then change places. Look, I'll even check for you. Yep, there's the bottle. Yep, there's the glass. I'll be honest, you don't seem very impressed. And I think I know why. I mean, it's easy to make the two change places, right? The difficult part is making them change back. Okay, to be honest with you, this trick works a lot better if you've already consumed the contents of the bottle. Because while you're still sober, you might not believe me when I say it's easy to make the two change places. Really difficult to make them change back. So, tube number one covers up the bottle. Tube number two contains another extra bottle I brought with me just in case the other one breaks. Don't worry about it. Tube number two covers up the glass and they change places. Tube number one always covers up the bottle. Tube number two, that is way too many bottles, I'll be honest. Tube number two covers up the glass. They change places. That is the world famous glass bottle glass trick. Andrew, do you want to see that again?
Amazing.
Would you like to see that again?
Go on then.
Well, I can't do that again. That was an absolute miracle. Tell you what, Andrew, just for you, we're going to try it one more time, but this time with only one tube. So, the glass becomes a bottle. The bottle becomes a glass. It only works if you have an extra bottle. The glass becomes a bottle. The bottle becomes a glass, which only works if you have an extra bottle. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I don't use any glasses. Instead, I sometimes use an extra bottle. Sometimes I use two bottles. Sometimes I use two glasses. And just for you, Andrew, there is another two bottles, which is actually the world famous glass bottle glass trick. Thank you.
Hey. Brilliant stuff.
Thank you. I'd like to finish with one final thing, and it's a card trick. I mean, I'm a magician. I've got to do a card trick in here somewhere. So we have a deck of cards. You can see. Ooh,
Yep.
all the cards are different. I'm going to run my thumb down the side of the deck. Whenever you want, just say the word stop.
Stop.
Just there. Can you please remember that card? Have you got it?
I've got the card. Yes.
You got it. Okay. Now, if I told you that I had predicted your card before this whole thing began, would you believe me?
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing. What if I told you I could reveal it in an extraordinary way?
Go on then.
You might have seen people do this before, but like on a slightly smaller scale. Here we go. Watch the table. You ready? With plates, cups, and bowls on top of it. Here we go. What's your card? The seven of clubs.
Hey! Brilliant stuff.
Now, that right there was the easy part. Pulling it off is the easy part. The really difficult part, however, is putting the tablecloth back on.
Oh, hang on. Before you do that, Joseph, can you turn the camera down a little bit so I can see the table? Let's have a look. We'll move that in because I can see the brilliant stuff there. Just move it down a little bit. There we go. There we go. We can see. Move it down a little bit more. Brilliant. Thank you. That's great. Now I can see the table. Excellent.
Okay.
That would be impossible. I've seen people taking it off before, but I've never seen them put it on. So go on then.
Yeah, never seen someone put it on, right? So we're going to try that. This works approximately 2.7% of the time. It has not ever worked before, so I'm hoping the odds are in my favor. Here we go. Putting the tablecloth back onto the table. Like that. That is amazing. All the plates, cups, and bowls. Thank you.
That was superb. Absolutely brilliant. So are you doing shows for the general public at the moment? Can people come and see you somewhere?
As I said, I'm obviously busy with exams. I'm hoping to do one at the Edinburgh Fringe this year, but that hasn't been confirmed just yet, but hopefully.
And fantastic. And when you go off to uni, depending on where it is, there'll be lots of opportunities there. Rather than washing dishes in Italian restaurants, you can go out and perform.
100%, yeah.
That'd be brilliant. Joseph Westbury, it's been an absolute delight having you on the show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So wasn't he good? Joseph Westbury, a former member of the Young Magicians Club of the Magic Circle, and now a full member of the Magic Circle itself. It's great to be able to shine a spotlight on talent around the world, and what a talented bunch we have. If you're interested in showing off your talent, whatever that might be, do get in touch. You can follow me at Andrew Eborn, at Octopus TV, and don't forget to subscribe to the Andrew Eborn Show on Octopus TV on YouTube, more platforms than Paddington. But for me, for now, thank you very much for joining me. Thanks again to Joseph, and I'll see you next time.